Hi everyone, this is Lee McMahon. I'm a currency strategist over at globalfxclub.com, and I'm here today to talk to you about Pound Aussie. Chose Pound Aussie because I'm looking a lot at the Aussie crosses here after slightly worse than expected but still expansionary Chinese PMI data last night, and ahead of the all-important RBA rate decision and statement that we have coming out tonight. In terms of the fundamentals, I would expect the RBA, and everyone would expect the RBA, to leave rates on hold. I will be watching the statement carefully for any indication that a poor trade balance number last month is of concern to them, as that may be directly attributable to to an elevated Australian dollar. But considering a little bit that the Australian dollar has started to pull back a little bit, sort of lowering those risks, and that we've had some fairly strong economic data out of Australia in terms of a very good employment report, I would expect the RBA to remain neutral and not change a lot in their statement. But that just means that any sort of change may actually result in a fairly surprisingly aggressive move. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But anyway, we're going to look at Pound Aussie because I think it presents a very nice trading opportunity really in either direction ahead of the RBA. So, please take a moment, pause the recording, and read the risk disclaimer, and then we will jump to Pound Aussie. Okay. Alright, so we have the 4-hour chart of Pound Aussie. Let me run through my indicators real quick. Obviously, RSI standard, don't pay a ton of attention to it, but I keep it on there. 50 period EMA, 100 period EMA, 200 period EMA. Then we have the 50, 100, and 200 day EMAs above. Those are too far away to be of interest to us for this particular setup, but there they are. So here's what I'm looking at on Pound Aussie. Obviously, we've had a significant decline really since the very beginning of the year. 156.75 basically was the high on December 31st of last year. We've reached a low of 144, so a very significant fall. We've begun to consolidate a little bit here. You can see I have a nice trend line drawn here that we may creep up and test. Tested it twice, about a week apart. Lots of little tests of it though, so I would expect it to hold on one further test. The bottom of this consolidation pattern is not confirmed. We only have 2 tests, but that third test could be very interesting if we drift back down to sub 145. We are also trading, you can see basically right here at this smaller range top, a sort of smaller range within a range. That's been holding for right now, so we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Basically, my ideal scenario here, the most clear scenario, I think, would be a breakout trade to the upside. If we do manage to continue to consolidate here right above this 100 period EMA here on the 4-hour chart, we managed to sort of consolidate over maybe into late tonight before we have the RBA meeting. A break higher starts to look like a flag breakout on smaller time frame charts. You can see here we have our flagpole, and we'll sort of put in a flag like this. That would be, I think, an attractive breakout trade because the measured move will really put us above this smaller range and above this larger range and put us right into testing this 100-day EMA here, roughly, let's say 147.60. So just under about 150 pips higher, basically, from market, depending on where the actual breakout occurs. So I think there is some nice potential upside here on Pound Aussie should the RBA remain dovish or become a little more dovish, or if the market chooses to interpret a neutral report as dovish. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. If they do get some Aussie strength today and tomorrow, I do like watching this third test of this consolidation pattern for a possible bounce. Should we break below it, I'd like it for shorts for new lows. But a bounce here would provide another attractive opportunity to get long for potential breakout higher. Longer term prospects of this pair. Don't forget that we do have a Bank of England meeting as well as two sets of UK PMI numbers this week, as well as Australian trade balance numbers and retail sales later this week. So a very busy week in store for Pound Aussie. If we get all the data going a particular way, we could very easily see this pair several hundred pips higher by the end of the week. Or really 700 or several hundred pips lower as well. So you definitely want to be keeping an eye on this pair this week. I think there should be lots of good trading opportunities on it, starting with tonight's RBA meeting. So keep an eye on this consolidation. Keep an eye on these major moving averages going forward, and try to get a great breakout entry or a great breakdown entry. I hope that's helpful. As always, if you have any questions, head on over to globalfxclub.com. We'll be happy to talk to you there. Have a great trading week, and good luck.